Barbie, you're beautiful, shining like the sun.
The birth of Miss Barbara Millicent Roberts in March 1959 caused turmoil in the doll market. Barbie was heavily advertised both on TV and in the holiday catalogs of the era, most notably the Sears WishBook, which was largely printed in black and white. But Mattel featured Barbie prominently on the more desirable color pages. This teenage fashionista made manufacturers realize that their offerings were looking old-fashioned and out of step with the modern shopper. Simply glancing through these pages shows how Barbie quickly evolved from a standalone fashion doll with a handful of fashions to a whole product line. New characters were developed, as well as a vast wardrobe of outfits for them. Structures and play sets were introduced, including the famous Dream House. All kinds of accessories from cars to boats to an airplane, a veritable miniature world was born from Mattel's star product. Not surprising then that Mattel's new creation spawned many imitators. Over time, these so-called clone dolls have become collectible in their own right. Often of variable quality and construction, they were designed to appeal to a lower price point than Miss Roberts herself. Some were made of poor quality plastics, some had very sketchy face-ups and cheap hair rooting, but they all had plenty of character, which gives them appeal to today's collectors. Clones are often unmarked, which means they can also be found unloved amongst vintage lots for bargain prices. Even Barbie's wardrobe was plundered by the copycats with variable success, and many look-alike fashions were created for these cheaper dolls. But it wasn't all about poor quality copying. This new batch of fashion dolls included some that are stars in their own right, and that stand up to the vintage benchmark set by Mattel. There were innovations too. Some of the earliest mass-produced articulated dolls were created in this era. We'll be taking a more detailed look at some of the dolls you've just seen later in this video, so don't worry if you missed anything. One of the main creators of clone dolls was Fab-Lu Limited of New York, although all the products were actually produced in Hong Kong. Fab-Lu made their own versions of Barbie and Ken, named Babs and Bill, as well as a Tammy look-alike called Randy. To say that these dolls and fashions were inspired by Barbie and Ken would be a generous interpretation. Some of the fashions in particular were close copies. Babs herself was closer in looks to the doll that inspired Barbie, the German-built Lilli. But in the case of Bill, this boyfriend doll does bear a fairly close resemblance to vintage Ken. Basic Babs was billed as the Queen of Fashion. She mimicked the first Barbie doll, right down to the sunglasses and striped swimsuit. However, this more cheaply made doll cost a pocket money-friendly $1. Barbie, on the other hand, sold for $3, a laughably small amount in retrospect. An original Barbie sells in today's market for many thousands of dollars. Equally, the fashions for Fab-Lu's Babs and Bill, which also fit Barbie and Ken, were competitively priced at $1 each, with the exception of 4 luxe packs that went for slightly more.
Barbie, you're a dream come true, so small and petite. In every party, you're the star with a charm that's...
Babs's fashions were described as haute mode and consisted of a wardrobe of separate and distinct costumes.
Just like you tonight.
In common with Barbie, the designers of Babs had thought of many different scenarios and occasions with suitable attire for the doll. Admittedly, many of the clothes bore a strong similarity to Mattel's creations, although with a less polished finish and using cheaper fabrics. Babs's wardrobe alluded to a fashion model's enviable lifestyle, perhaps attending cocktail parties and gala performances, simply shopping at the best boutiques, hanging out with friends in the local diner, or maybe at the beach or in the backyard, or just lounging at home. The doll's outfits reflected the high fashion designs of the era. Floral prints were often featured, and the ensembles were accessorized with footwear, purses, and corsages, albeit in cheap molded plastic. In common with Barbie, these dolls had only minimal articulation, just at neck, shoulders, and hips, so any posing capability for publicity shots was somewhat limited. The photographers did their best with the material available. The descriptions alluded to high-class continental design, whereas in reality, Babs wore fashions knocked off from Barbie and hastily made in Hong Kong. Barbie's evening wear was a particular source of inspiration. Those evening slippers are hardly dainty, and perhaps nothing says luxury quite like a bunch of plastic flowers.
A symbol of joy, a wish we can send.
The tiny Scotty dog was a popular accessory for Babs and was included with several of her outfits. Perhaps not quite to scale, this dog was definitely an ankle biter, and perhaps a forerunner of the purse dog that would become a thing in the early 2000s. Nevertheless, this little black dog appeared with slacks, dresses, and outdoor ensembles. Now we're talking, a mysterious dark stranger. Yum, sign me up. Babs knows just which boardwalks to hang out on.
My Barbie doll is really real, just like you. Small and so petite, your clothes and figure so neat. At parties you cast on bell, making your farewell complete.
Let's go formal indeed. Babs has the perfect outfit for every occasion. As previously mentioned, evening wear was an area of excellence for this doll. The outfits were often more detailed and of a higher quality than some of the daywear offerings. Better fabrics, silks and brocades were reserved for these ensembles. Back to daywear, shown off in Babs's mid-century backyard oasis. As well as wearing the most up-to-the-minute fashions, this doll only employed the top architects of the age. Gayer than springtime, tight midriff, rick-rack trimming. What more could you want? A bouffant skirt, perhaps?
You make every moment feel complete. Barbie, you're beautiful, you make me feel.
Anchors away and bon voyage. Is it goodbye or good riddance? Babs is clearly keen to see someone off.
Like you, small and so petite.
Let's have a nosy around the inside of Babs' lovely home. Oh, she has a few friends around for cocktails. Let's hope nobody spills anything on that pristine white rug. She clearly doesn't have a shoes-off policy either. Make mine a Manhattan.
To the beach, you're always on the scene with every step you make.
The plastic orchid is back. Such class.
Enchanting and desirable, your magic never ends. In your world, everything's just right.
Off to the park again to walk that never-ending supply of black plastic Scotty dogs. At least you don't have to feed them. The perfect accessory, this dog seems to go with every outfit. A bit chilly for a swimsuit and not a little daring for the park. Perhaps Google Maps sent Babs to the wrong location. It can happen. Ah, we're back in familiar territory. It's nighttime, and Babs is trying to make a buck as a torch singer. Barbie fans will recognize this gown as a knee-length version of Solo in the spotlight. It can be so hard to get enough fabric in these constrained times.
Purses, hats, and gloves, and all the gadgets gals adore. With every twirl, you're a sight to be.
At home with Babs the morning after that cocktail party, and look at the state of the rug. Shoes off might be a better policy, and her friends were clearly careless with their drinks.
My Barbie doll is really
Uptown top ranking, we're on Fifth Avenue. Apparently that's where this smartly tailored suit was created. As if, yet another plastic purse to go with the collection.
at parties, you cast a spell.
Gay Paris, a deep-cuffed brocade opera coat is what Babs favors for only the most special occasions. Roomy enough to fit over any evening gown. And it can be chilly when you're trolling along the banks of the Seine. Did I say trolling? I meant strolling, obviously. And the traditional finale to any fashion collection, the wedding gown. Babs models a multi-tiered confection with a pearl-trimmed headpiece. Oh, look, here's Bill. He's hopeful. Unfortunately, Babs has absolutely no intention of getting wed, and certainly not to him. Poor Bill. Bill had 9 outfits, including a tuxedo, that reflected his good taste and love of sports. He was described in Fab-Lu's marketing as every inch a he-man with a powerful physique. No wonder Babs chose him as her boyfriend. Uh-oh, zombie sleepwalking. Did Bill disclose this before Babs chose him as her boyfriend? Cute bedroom, though. Ever dapper, even at the airport. No elasticated waistbands or leisure suits for Bill. The golden age of travel, a sports jacket is essential. Hole in one, perfect for a round on the golf course. Although no clubs or golf balls were included with this outfit, could be a drawback on the 19th hole, as well as all the others. Oh, look, there's a train. Thanks for pointing that out, Bill. Maybe the king of the campus is here to meet Babs from one of her shopping trips. What a super stylish sitting room. Bill goes all Noel Coward in a belted jacquard robe. Is anything worn under this dressing gown? No, it's all in perfect working order. You name the game. He's ready for it. No idea what you'd play in this getup.
Your dolls come alive in your hands, they're real. Purses, hats,
Another bathrobe, this time for the pool. Bill is clearly wearing his bathing trunks under this one. I love to go wandering along the mountain track. So does Bill, but watch out for that cliff edge. Now let's take a closer look at some of the clones, lookalikes, and downright knockoffs we saw earlier. Hong Kong Lilli is a lightweight plastic version of the German Bill Lilli doll presumed to be the inspiration for Mattel's original Barbie, and a black version of Miss Babette. Both dolls wear dresses in the spirit of Bill Lilli, beautifully recreated by Liz Retros. Here are some Frankendollies with clone heads on old Barbie bodies, modeling vintage dresses in pink, orange, and blue.
always friends, Petite and me.
Ideal's Mitzi doll, the company's take on the fashion doll market. This brunette version wears her original two-tone purple velour bikini. Mitzi has her own distinct, haughty personality that sets her aside from many of the other dolls in this category. Two EeGee dolls. Babette, on the left, is marked E43G on her neck. Her vintage pantsuit is Hong Kong made. The platinum doll is an unknown model. The back of her head is marked EeGee. Her striped dress is a Hong Kong copy of a Barbie original, which has an orange ribbon instead of red. Uneeda's Suzette in both raven and blonde. The bubble cut is a wig salvage doll, in a wig by fashion royalty, wearing a club dress from the BADDD Collectors Club. The blonde ponytail doll has her original hair, and she wears a factory-made clone dress. Suzette is marked and dated on her back with the Uneeda factory mark. A selection of clone fashions featuring Maddie Mod, Mini Mod, Totsy, and Petra von Plasty. The backs of the fashion packs can be a useful reference for identification.
Got them all to play. At parties, you're the queen, casting a magical spell, dancing with grace, making everyone feel swell. Your charm is contagious, spreading through the room. Gadgets and toys, you've got them all in your Zoom. Barbie, you're beautiful, your smile lights up the place.
A whole plethora of clones. Elite's Babs in a floral copy of Barbie's apple print sheath dress. An unwigged fashion queen clone by Kamei in shorter version of Solo in the Spotlight. Black Peggy Ann in an Evening Splendor copy. Evergreen's take on a fashion queen with rooted side part hair wears Golden Girl in party date fabric. Black Wendy wears a collarless version of Barbie Learns to Cook. Wendy in a Tweety version of Dancing Doll. Carol Channing Hello Dolly in a version of Golden Girl. Miss Babette, mint in box. Note that this doll has Tammy-like hands.
Your dancing's a treat. Purses, hats, and gloves. You're the Barbie we greet. From the mall out to the ball, you're always ready for fun. With your sparkles and shine, you light up the run. Your dolls come alive.
A pair of Tina Cassini dolls. Ross Products attempt to muscle in on the success of Ideal's Tammy. This doll shamelessly Frankenstein Tammy's body with a shrunken head from Ideal's Liz. The company attributed the doll to Jackie Kennedy's couturier, Oleg Cassini, who was married to the actress Jean Tierney, Tina Cassini's mother. Ideal's 16-inch Liz represented the company's foray into larger fashion dolls. A similar look was also used for the Tammy's mom doll. And here are Tammy's mom, Tina Cassini, and Liz, also somewhat confusingly known as Carol Brent, in a rare appearance of all three together. Their heirloom portraits are also shown on the wall. Peggy Ann wears red plaid. Wendy wears a clone version of Mattel's Friday Night Date dress. Her head is on an unmarked body. Valentine's Polly dolls resplendent in bright pastels. Valentine dolls are easily identified by the heart and arrow brand embossed on their backs. The magnificently named Petra von Plasty, oh so cheaply made yet strangely compelling, Terence Oldham created her hairstyle. Her companion, Mily de GéGé, is the French entry to the 60s teen fashion doll pageant. Print mini shift dress from the Alameda Fashion Doll Club. The Japanese beauty Genevieve, only around 7 inches tall, was Japan's lesser-known diminutive answer to Build Lilli, right down to the painted-on shoes. Ideal's Tressie was a competitor with a twist. Even Barbie could not boast hair that grows. This doll was a success in her own right in the burgeoning teen doll lineup of the 60s. Highly collectible today, Tressie has a covetable range of fashions. Nautical cotton knit top by Deanna Marconi. Ideal launched Misty as the somewhat unlikely best friend of Tammy, presumably to extend the Tammy line into the teenage market. Misty never felt like a good fit with the rest of the family. She wears her own vintage leisure suit, an early take on velour. Tammy herself, shown here in yellow, was not immune to imitators like the UK's Cindy, by pedigree, wearing red and white. Wendy dolls featured stylish green and white packaging and great fashion illustrations. The mint-in-box brunette Wendy is shown here with one of her packaged outfits and some back-of-the-box graphics. Articulation a-go-go. Polly Play Pose sports a first-issue Maddie Mod hat and coat in ocelot. Valentine's Debbie Drake puts us through our exercise paces in her signature pink bodysuit. And Dolikin anticipates the 1970s in her flower power jumpsuit. And so, that's it. I hope you have enjoyed our romp through Barbie and Ken clones and lookalikes. Please check out our other videos and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. The music especially created for this video was performed by Latrina Flushing in the Fluchettes, Perry Crooner in the Moonlights, as well as Holly Handcart and the Threshers.
Purses, hats, and gloves, and all the gadgets gals adore. With every twirl, you're a sight to behold. You're the one who makes every heart grow bold. Barbs, you're beautiful as a regular feel. My Barbie doll is really real, just like you, small and so petite. Your clothes and figure so mean. At parties you cast on